Right, it's now the 3rd of July 2024, and you know I did a video on the 6th of July where I went underneath this car to check for any kind of rust, and I rust painted it. You notice the white paint? But I took it on holiday and I took it to the airport to park. It's one of these parking spots where you park and leave your car and then go on holiday and take a bus to the airport. At Gatwick Airport, purple parking, and look at that. Look at that. Look at the damage they did. They drove it an extra 300 miles estimate. Look at that big. You know, you can see my video, yeah, from the 3rd of from the 6th of July, and you know this panel's flat. You know I baby this car. Look what they did. Look at that big crash right there. Full. Look, they've even cracked. They even cracked the fissure. See it? What a giant crash, and it's leaking fuel. So notice it, this side bone dry, this side leaking fuel, right? See that? So in this video I'm going to be talking about a very, very important subject, and those of you who are my subscribers know that I hardly ever, or I've never asked you to share my video in your social media or anything like that, because you know, I just leave it up to you. If you want to ask a question on YouTube, you find my videos, you watch them, you subscribe, it's up to you. But I don't usually ask you to pass on this message. I do in this video, in this case. And the reason being, it's very important for your friends, maybe your family's safety as well. Right, so we're coming near the end of the holiday season in the summer in the UK. 2024, but I took this car and I parked it in one of those airports, okay, which have like an outside car park, which is not so I want to stress, this is not the airport parking, the official airport parking. This is one of those drop off, and they kind of park it for you at a nearby short stay car park. It used to be short stay car parks, but they've taken over. So I don't know about all the others like Stansted Airport or Heathrow Airport. I've not really had any issues with those, but I have had issues, and a big issue this time with Gatwick Airport with the off-site parking. So these are private firms. You book a holiday and it just says, do you want parking on site? Something like it will say. It will be worded in such a way that you think there's no choice, okay? There is choice. You can either pick a completely different firm to the one they're offering you, all right? Or you can just pay probably double the amount and park at the airport. However, in hindsight, definitely I would pay double the amount. Or even take an Uber or take a train. Probably take an Uber, yeah? So, my poor old Honda Civic, you guys have seen me bring this up from, you know, in the state of disrepair at 200,000 miles, 250,000 miles, and I brought it up and I fixed every little thing on there. Heat problems due to worn alternators, worn this and worn that. Now I've got aircon, I've got everything now. I've got a new alternator, everything works perfectly. I took it to, this is the name of the firm. So I booked my holiday on the beach. Okay, on the beach. On the beach they have this button pressing thing. Do you want airport parking? Yes. Okay, so press that. That goes to a firm called Holiday Extras, and they in turn they contract it out to a firm called, in this case, Purple Parking at Gatwick Airport. All right. So I noticed at Gatwick Airport, if you take the number 6 bus, there's several other off-site parking firms. I can't remember all of them, about 5 or 6. Purple parking is one of them. I've used them before. I weren't really all that impressed before. I thought they drove my car around and I thought my tracking was a bit off when I got it back. Weren't 100% sure. This time, when I got back from my holes, well, last time I did it 5 years ago, I went round, took this camera I'm using now, or this brand of camera, I went round all the outside, went underneath, filmed everything, because I took this camera on holiday, right, 5 years ago. I filmed all the mileage, etc., everything. This time, I forgot to do that. I should have used my phone. There's a very good camera on there, isn't there? What you need to do is go round all your car, every little corner of it, you know, film the actual place where you drop off the key. So these places, you park in like a bunch of rows of cars all in front of each other. The first thing you do is you roll down the window, guy goes, right, get out of your car and take your keys to the reception, something like that, or book in at reception. These places have got security, they've got barriers, cameras, all right? Recognises your registration, you can't go in. You've got CCTV, they've got staff on site, they've got security, they're meant to have all that. So I went there, I just got myself out of the car, went to the station. They said, oh, they gave me a little kind of a card ticket. I left my car keys on the seat. Without, like everyone else, it's all parked. We're all parked one on top of me, nose to front. Yeah, so we're not in a proper parking bay. We're in like a holding bay, and we just take a bus and we go to Gatwick Airport. Right. When I got back, very, very tired. You know, blistering heat, wherever we were. I noticed there was a giant pool of liquid on the floor, right? A giant pool. It was coming out. It was a dry day. It was still daylight. I was stupid. I didn't bend over to check. I'm ashamed. I am a mechanic. I should have stuck my nose under. If I stuck my nose under, what would I realise? I would actually realise that actually there was actually a whole load of fuel on the floor, and possibly not only fuel, but maybe even brake fluid. I don't know. It was a giant pool. I just drove off, and that was my mistake. I shouldn't have drove off. Okay, so you can see the bottom of the rear of my car is the plastic is deflected downwards. You see that? See all that fuel leakage signs? And I've got better images. So I have no idea how they could have done this and not told me. I can imagine how they've done it. They've launched it in the air, landed on something really solid, and didn't say a word. Crack crunch. The giant pool of liquid could have been a mixture of brake fluid, could have been but definitely was fuel, right? Because there's fuel leakage signs underneath.